and welcome to the newest video on my channel. Today I thought it'd be fun to do a get unready with me. I've never done this before. I'm kind of just going to go through all of my skincare steps, what I use, why I use it, how I use it, because I thought it'd be fun to show how I get off my extreme makeup without any staining. My first step is always to take off any accessories that I'm wearing. I kind of just find that they get in the way while I'm doing this if I still have them on. And then I move on to wiping away the top layers of all my makeup, anything that's rough and easy to take off. I do this with these little cloths that I have. I believe these ones are from Primark and they're stitch themed, and you will notice that they are quite grubby. It's because I use these every day. I kind of just use a quarter for each of my makeup looks. But I do clean them. You just put them in the washing machine. They're reusable towels. They're very good. But yeah, I just very lightly go over my makeup. In this video, it definitely looks like I'm pulling on my skin quite a lot, but I swear in real life, I don't seem to notice that I'm pulling on my skin this much. As these towels are very soft and I'm not aiming to take off a lot of my makeup, I kind of just do this to save product later on, because I found that if I don't do this step, I tend to use a lot more of my products down the road, because my skincare, at least to me, is quite expensive. I find that good skincare that actually works, is quite expensive, but it's obviously worth it. Next, I move on to my Bad Habit Good as New Creamy Cleanser. I kind of use this as a makeup remover, and it is the newest product that I've added to my skincare, so I'm not quite sure how this works in my skin yet, but it seems to be doing quite well so far. I've used it for about 3 weeks at this point. The only thing about this is that it does have acid in it, so I can only use it once a day, and obviously it's not good for sensitive skin, so I definitely wouldn't recommend this if you have sensitive skin at all. I have combination skin. Right now it seems to be more on the oily side because obviously it's summer, and then in winter it gets a little bit drier. So this product works well for me, but it's obviously not for everyone. It does kind of irritate my eyes a little bit, but I can still open my eyes with it on, so it's not too painful. And I basically just take a little tiny bit of this, rub it into my hands with a lot of water, and then rub it all over my face. Probably could do this better if I had my eyes open while I was doing it, but again, I don't want to get the product in my eyes because it is acid base. Another thing I will say is that Bad Habit has a better makeup remover. It is also purple. It's the one in the little tub. I can't quite remember the name, so I'll put it on the screen. And I used to have that one, but they didn't have it last time I went to the shop, so I couldn't buy it, so I bought this one instead. And with this, once it's all rubbed in and all the makeup is kind of gone, I go back to that little towel and wipe it off. This is just to make sure that I get all of the makeup off my face before I move on to the next step. Then I go in with my second cleanse. For this, I use the Bad Habit Wake Things Up Matcha and Mint Daily Cleanser. That is a mouthful. This is probably my favourite skincare product. I love it. I use it twice a day. I use it before my makeup and after my makeup. I just think it works really well, and I really like the scent as well. When I first got this, I was worried that the mint would dry out my skin, but honestly it doesn't really. I feel like if you had really dry skin, it would dry it out just because mint is quite drying on the skin. But if you're like me and you have combination skin, or if you have oily skin, especially if you have oily skin, I feel like this will work so well. I feel like it works a little bit better for me in the summer. So if you've got oily skin, I would highly recommend this. I use this in a very similar way to the last cleanse. I rub it into my hands with a lot of water and then rub it all over my face, but for this one I can go more in on my eyes. This is the product that definitely gets off my mascara a lot more. Generally just because the acid one, obviously I don't want to get it all in my eyes, so I tend to rub my eyes a little bit less with that one. But instead of going back in with the cloth, I just use water out of the sink. You obviously couldn't see me for that bit, and I thought you wouldn't want to look at a wall, so I cut that bit out. And then I just use a regular towel to pat my skin dry. I also use this towel to kind of exfoliate a little bit. I only do this in areas where I need exfoliation, so right now I do underneath my chin because I have quite a lot of spots down there and it's kind of rough. And I also always do the contours of my nose. That area of my face always seems to be a little bit more dry than the rest of it, so it really does need a little bit more of an exfoliation at all times. But yeah, that's it for my second cleanse step. Next I go in with a toner. I use the Douglas Essentials Delicate Rose Gentle Toner. I do like this toner, but I feel like it doesn't quite work with my skin. I feel like it's a little tiny bit too drying for me. Personally, I would recommend the, I believe it's Garnier Time. I can't quite remember exactly what it was. I'll find a picture of it. But the one I used to use definitely worked better for me. I can't seem to find it here. I currently live in the Netherlands. I got that back when I lived in the UK, and I just haven't really come across it. I'm probably not looking in the right place. There's probably a place to buy it, but I've never really seen it. So I wanted to try out this one instead. I basically just got it because it's rose scented, and I love rose scented things. But I think my conclusion is that I like it, but I probably wouldn't get it again. But for this, I use a reusable makeup pad. This is from the same set that I got those face wipes from, so it is also stitch themed. I have tons of these. They are brilliant. They come with a little pouch so you can put them in it, and then you can put that pouch in the washing machine just so you don't lose them amongst all your other washing. And it saved me so much money on buying pads. I used to buy a lot of makeup pads because I used to use toner twice a day, and I didn't like how much I was contributing to landfill. Disposable things like that are not good for the environment at all, so definitely go out and buy yourself reusable things where you can, especially when it comes to non-essential things like makeup. On to the final step of my routine, which is moisturizer. I use used this one. I can't quite remember what it is because for some reason I pulled all the labels off of it, but it is from Lush. It is either the Karma Cream or the Dream Cream, one of those. I'm not a huge fan of moisturizer. I do not like wearing it. I'm trying to get used to wearing it, so I'm kind of just using the one that I use for my tattoos rather than buying one specifically made for the face while I'm still not quite sure if I want to wear it or not. But I go in with this underneath my eye. This is just kind of how I get it onto my face. I'm not really doing this for any specific reason. And then I rub it all in. As you can see, I do this too roughly, honestly. It's just because it's quite thick, so it doesn't go into my face very well. I definitely need to go out and get an actual moisturizer for my face. If you have any suggestions, please leave it in the comments. That'd be so helpful. But with that, all my makeup is off and all my skincare is finished. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful or at least entertaining in some sort of way. If you did like it, please give it a like. Comment down below what else you'd like me to do. And subscribe as I post a video every single week, and I'd love to see you again. But until then, bye!